So for those who don't know, what is an interlibrary loan?
Sure. An interlibrary loan is a service that we offer to our students, and what it is it's the borrowing and lending of materials between libraries. And so if we do not own something here in Oppenheimer, then we can request it from somewhere else, a different library. And that library can be local, within the state, within the country, internationally as well. But we do have other services for those who do not live locally or who may live next to another university, even though they're taking classes here at UA Little Rock. It's called ArcLink. And so they can request to have a special card come to them or be mailed to them. They can request it to be mailed to their home address. And that will allow them to physically visit a university or college library within that ArcLink consortium and check out the material. It does not grant them access to their online databases and other online resources. And they probably have limited checkout periods for those materials because they're not technically affiliated with that particular institution. But because that institution is part of the ArcLink consortium, those students with that special card from us can physically visit and check out those materials. But they will have to follow that other institution's policy.
You are part of the OER task force.
Yes.
For UA Little Rock. Can you tell me a little bit about that, and just also a little bit about what OER is in general?
Sure. So OER stands for Open Educational Resources, any type of educational materials that are in the public domain or introduced with an open license. OERs range from textbooks to curricula, syllabi, lecture notes, assignments, tests, projects, audio, video, and animation. So it's a lot. The materials themselves have to be able to be reused, revised, remixed, redistributed, and retained. So those are kind of the 5 R's that make the material OER. So the task force here at UA Little Rock is a combination of people from the library and people from the e-learning department and scholarly and technology resources and some other people from student affairs. And so what this task force is about is trying to find alternative materials that are open and freely accessible. We've been trying to encourage our instructors here to use those materials in their classes, and especially if they are taking online classes.
What is some advice that you might have for students that are either right now taking an online course or distance learning, or are a prospective student that are interested or thinking about online courses but are hesitant about it?
Well, I am definitely an advocate for online learning, but then it just depends on your own individual preference. You really have to know yourself then first. What are you able to do, and what will your personal or work life allow you to do? You know you're capable of going above and beyond, but does your personal and professional circumstance allow you to do that? And here's advice. Number 1 is being able to manage your time well. You have to be able to manage yourself and your time because nobody's going to do it for you. You're going to have different types of instructors who have different teaching styles, and as we ourselves, again, knowing ourselves, what learning styles do we have? For me, I'm an audio-visual person at the same time, but also, if there are no visuals, then I prefer audio and listening. In my experience, though, many instructors in online classes will provide an audio recording of a lecture with a PowerPoint, and so you still get that audio sensory learning there. Second piece of advice I would have is don't be afraid to ask questions. And don't be afraid to communicate with your instructor or with your peers and your classmates, because that communication is key. And if you have a question, and especially if there's an open discussion board that you can post that question to, you may not be the only person with that question. And so other people may be confused. If you're confused, other people may be confused. Or if you know the answer to help somebody out, then feel free to help your classmate out.